We're only human. How many of us have always had that thought and that moment and that time that you regretted something you did in your life? Oh, I wish I wouldn't have done this. I wish I wouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have made that move. I shouldn't have went there. I should have stayed home. Let me tell you something. You cannot change where you've been, but you can change where you're heading. You got to focus on right now. You got to focus on your future. You got to focus on where you want to go in life, how you want to go. Listen, every person that does not like you going to remind you of your past. They're going to remind you where you came from. They're going to remind you and say, oh, I remember when. I remember how you used to be. Let me tell you something. We all need to reintroduce ourselves to somebody. We need to say, I'm not that man anymore. I'm not that lady anymore. Some of us need to go to some of our haters and let them know I am not who I used to be. I am not who you think I was. I am no longer that person, because people will constantly keep you back in those days. Keep reminding you, I remember you did this. I remember you did that. You shouldn't have done this. Listen, let me tell you something. I only can say sorry so many times. I'm not going to keep on saying sorry to the same people. Now, your issue no longer is with me. Your issue now is yourself and God. Because if someone has apologized to you for their behavior, or apologized to you for what they're doing, why in the world are you still holding grudges? Why in the world 10, 20 years later you still mad at these people? This mess happened when we was in our 20s. This mess happened when we was in high school. This mess happened when we were married. Now we've been divorced how many years now? And you still got a problem with me? You still got an issue with me? Listen, just as much as the people that hold grudges, you're just as wrong as the people that actually did the act. Ain't no big I, ain't no little you. Ain't no sin bigger than the next one. Live your life for you. We all regret some things we've done in our life. We all wish we wouldn't have made that move. But you cannot stay in that vulnerable state, because you're vulnerable with that. When you're in that state, you're vulnerable. It's time for you to get out of your vulnerable state. You in a vulnerable state. It's time for you to put on your whole armor. Grab your shield. It's time to fight back. You have to fight out of depression. You got to fight of being sad, mad, angry, and holding grudge. You got to fight not to stay in them places. You got to fight to keep going. It's just as much as you get up every day and go to work, just as much you get up and shower and brush your teeth, you got to keep fighting every day to do right. Keep fighting to push past what people got and what they want to say about you. You got to keep going no matter how it may seem. You will never conquer anything if you don't finish it. Keep going until you reach the finish line. You throw in the towel, that problem is still there. You throw up your hand, that problem is still there. You walk away, that problem is still there. You can do everything in decency and order. Start living your best life. You deserve to live your best life.